Day 38 of retirement. I'm out in Menifee again at my younger brother's house, and he made me some coffee here. It's called Dragonfly Coffee. Tastes good. It's light. I like a lighter coffee. It just has one tablespoon of coffee in it. And someone had asked about my tattoo, so I want to show you. I got this tattoo 10 years ago, and it's of my dog Arabia that I had for so many years. And a tattoo artist literally down the street, probably closer than any tattoo artist that was advertising, did this. And a few times I even walked Arabia past where this place is, and this guy did that soon after she passed on. And obviously I want to have her with me always, so that's why I got it. And I barely found it painful at all. Didn't even bother me, to be honest. Now, what you need to do though is after you have a tattoo for several days, they cover it up with some kind of antibiotic ointment and then a plastic wrapping. And when I first got it done, and then when I went to work, I think the following day, one of the teachers didn't think it was real, and a number of them were just looking at it so startled. And it was very dark at the beginning, and they lightened. And when I took the plastic wrapping off after a few days where you could wash it and stuff, then I didn't realize that I was putting on too much sunblock on it, and some of the ink started to come out. So I had the guy go back in and touch it up, and he didn't even charge me to retouch it up. And then I left it alone probably for a good week or so until the ink settled in. And that's my only tattoo that I have. So I came out here on day 38, and it's kind of ironic because yesterday I was thinking, you know what, I want to read back on the summer of '84. And I've been writing in journals now for close to 48 years. And I knew that in the summer of 1984 I did a lot of writing. And so I thought, well, let's see what's happening exactly 40 years ago at that time. So I was able to read back, and I read back to when one of my older brothers and my younger brother and I, we went out to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and then we stayed at a Flagstaff campground called the KOA, Campgrounds of America. And I didn't remember staying at the campground, but I do remember us going to the Grand Canyon. And then the funny thing is, we left early because my older brother ran out of money. No mention of me or my younger brother having any money at the time. And we were both still in our teens, so maybe that wasn't too surprising. So then we made our way out back. Now, tomorrow will mark exactly 48 years ago when I started writing in a journal. And I still have those original writings. And I'm thinking tomorrow about reading one of those first writings from July 1976 and reading it on camera. Now, I feel very lucky that I can remember that was America's bicentennial when we turned 200 years old. And there were a lot of celebrations to commemorate that experience of our bicentennial 200 years. Look at the sky. Doesn't it look interesting? Now, for this time of year, we usually just have stark blue or brownish and gray if it's really smoggy skies and very hot weather. And today, yes, it is hot, but it's a little bit moist in the air. We've got some humidity, which is not the normal here. And so that is a different feeling. And that's nice because yesterday one of the things I wrote 40 years ago, I was reading back, was how much I liked being in Arizona because we got to experience some rain and thunderstorms and just something different. So, ironically, yesterday also, later in the year, bringing up another 84, later in the day, I'm sorry, I went up to 84 subscribers. So, it's funny, that's my highest amount I've ever had. And I don't know in the future if I'll have more subscribers, hopefully. And so I'm wondering what I'm going to think back on having 84 subscribers. Now, before roughly a month ago, I had 2 or 3. That was it. So it has been a good jump. Now, these old, scraggly little rose bushes, when my brother moved in here, they were here, and he was going to tear them out, but he decided to keep them. So they are, I don't know, about 15 years old? 12, 13, 14, 15 years. I'm not sure exactly how long he's had those. Excuse me. And so I'll stay out here probably another hour or so. I came out to actually get a cord from him so I could plug it into my printer that I got from Christmas and be able to finally use it. So here I am all the way in July again, waiting to use some of my Christmas presents. But then what I can do from there is I can print things out and maybe move forward on trying to find a job. But I have to admit, right now, I do not feel motivated for it. I'm liking getting some retirement checks, even though I've only gotten one. And though, yes, it's not a large amount by any means, it's a nice change. Just be able to get something without having to do any more work, because I did all that work over the past 30, 40 years, right? So I'm just getting my money back that I put away. This is pretty, huh? So I'll be quiet for a moment so you can hear how quiet it is out here. Some kids went by on a little moped. 3 little tiny mopeds earlier. I know they're too young to drive. They were having fun. And then these 2 kids, teen boys, probably about 14, they went by on I don't know, I guess it was a skateboard or some kind of push scooter or whatever you call those things. And then one of them lost his hat, so then they went back and the kid got the hat, put it back on his friend's head. And it's funny, they had that thick curly hair like I had when I was really young, and which I definitely don't have now. So I'll end this with, you'll see my brother, when he was living in Nebraska, he got this, and it's a little Huskers thing from football. So I am ending day 38 of retirement.